What we know is that sanctions that were implemented after Ukraine had a very small effect on the Russian economy. About 1.5% maximum of GDP, Russian GDP, was affected by Western sanctions. A lot of that actually came from the counter sanctions that the Russian government imposed on Europe in terms of agricultural imports. So in effect, the sanctions haven't had a huge effect on the economy as a whole. And, frankly, it's not the goal of sanctions to bring the Russian economy to a collapse. But I think the better option is to identify the specific individuals and not just sanction them, but also expose them for who they are, meaning corrupt crooks who are stealing millions or billions of dollars from the Russian budget and from the Russian people as a result. So what we're going to see, I think, is more and more sanctions being implemented. I would hope against those close to President Putin himself, the Kremlin elite, because in my view, that's what really hurts. It's when the oligarchs and the corrupt officials that are in the inner circle, get hit and get slapped and have trouble buying real estate in Western countries, sending their kids to schools in Western countries. Clearly, there's ways that these individuals try to avoid sanctions to get around them. And I think that's actually where the hard work is. And I'll be curious to see not only if Treasury puts more sanctions out on new people and new organizations, but how they actually maintain the sanctions regime, meaning closing off loopholes like people transferring their assets to their grandmothers and girlfriends and all these different individuals. How do you make sure that that doesn't actually weaken the whole regime?